Hello, friends. I'm Sarah. Welcome to my channel. Have you ever felt completely defeated by a machine? I stood in front of a ticket machine in Prague for 10 minutes, and honestly, I lost that battle. But here's the interesting part. That embarrassing moment taught me more English than any classroom lesson ever could. Let me take you back to that sunny morning in Prague. I had just arrived at the main train station, excited to visit Kutna Hora, a beautiful medieval town. I had my guidebook, my camera, and my confidence. What I didn't have was the ability to read a Czech ticket machine. Simple, right? Just press a few buttons, insert money, get a ticket. The machine looked friendly enough. It had a colorful screen with flags at the top. Surely one of them was English. I pressed the British flag. Success. The screen changed to English. Select your destination, it said. Easy. I started scrolling through hundreds of Czech town names. Kutna Hora wasn't there. I scrolled again. Nothing. I tried typing it. The keyboard disappeared. I pressed back. The machine switched to Czech again. Behind me, I heard footsteps. A queue was forming. 3 people, then 5, then 7, all watching me, all waiting. The pressure was building and my hands started sweating. But what happened next changed everything about how I communicate in English. I tried again. British flag, scroll, type, nothing worked. The machine made a beeping sound every time I pressed the wrong button. Beep, beep, beep. It was like the machine was laughing at me. I could feel my face turning red. The people behind me were getting restless. Someone sighed loudly. Another person checked their watch. Then I did something I never thought I would do. I turned around and said, "Excuse me, does anyone speak English?" My voice was shaking. My grammar wasn't perfect, but I said it. A young man stepped forward. "Yes, I can help," he said with a smile. I felt a wave of relief wash over me. "I need a ticket to Kutna Hora," I explained, pointing at the machine, "but I can't find it on the list." He laughed, not at me, but with me. "You need to select regional trains first," he said, pressing a button I hadn't even noticed. Suddenly, a new menu appeared. There it was, Kutna Hora. So obvious, so hidden. "Single or return?" he asked. I froze. Single? Return? I knew these words separately, but in this context, my mind went blank. I want to come back today," I said awkwardly. "Return ticket, then," he confirmed, pressing another button. The machine asked for money. I pulled out a 500 crown note. The man shook his head. "Coins only," he said, pointing to a small sign I hadn't seen. Now I had another problem. I didn't have coins. I looked at the growing line of people behind me. They looked tired and annoyed, ready to complain. But something surprising happened. An elderly woman stepped forward. She said something in Czech and handed me some coins. The helpful young man translated. "She says she'll give you coins if you give her the 500 note." I was so grateful I almost hugged her. With the coins in hand, I inserted them into the machine. It made a happy chirping sound, finally, a positive noise. The ticket printed. I grabbed it, turned to thank everyone, and said, "Thank you so much. You saved my life." They smiled. The young man said, "No problem. Welcome to Prague." The elderly woman patted my shoulder. I stepped aside and the queue moved forward. As I walked to my platform holding my precious ticket, I realized something important. I had just survived a real English conversation. Not a textbook dialogue, not a practice exercise. A real, messy, imperfect conversation where I didn't know all the words, where I made mistakes, where I had to ask for help, and it worked. On the train to Kutna Hora, I made a list in my notebook of all the new words I had learned. Single ticket, return ticket, regional trains, coins only, validate, platform. I also wrote down the phrases that had saved me. "Excuse me, does anyone speak English? I need a ticket to." I want to come back today. Simple and powerful phrases. But here's what I really learned that day, and this is why I'm sharing the story with you. English isn't about being perfect. It's about being brave enough to speak even when you're not sure of the words. It's about asking for help. It's about understanding that mistakes are just part of the journey. That ticket machine defeated me, yes, but those 10 minutes taught me something no textbook ever could. They taught me that communication is more than grammar and vocabulary. It's about connection. It's about people wanting to help each other. It's about trying, even when you feel embarrassed. So, if you're learning English right now, remember this. Every native speaker has also stood in front of a confusing machine in a foreign country. Every confident English speaker has also felt lost and confused. The difference between them and beginners isn't that they never make mistakes, it's that they keep trying anyway. So, here's my advice to you. Find your ticket machine moment. It doesn't have to be an actual machine. It could be ordering food in English, asking for directions, or chatting with a tourist in your city. Find a situation where you have to use your English in the real world. Yes, you'll make mistakes. Yes, you might feel embarrassed. But you'll also discover that most people are kind to you, that communication works even when it's imperfect, and that every awkward moment is actually a learning opportunity. The next time you face a challenge in English, remember my battle with that Prague ticket machine. Remember that it's okay to not know every word. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to feel nervous. What matters is that you try. Since that day, I've had many more adventures in English. Some went smoothly, others were just as chaotic as that ticket machine moment. But each one taught me something new. And now I'm here sharing these stories with you, hoping they'll inspire you to keep practicing, keep trying, and keep speaking. Have you ever had a frustrating experience with technology in English? Or maybe you've had to ask for help in a foreign language? Share your story in the comments below. I'd love to hear about your own ticket machine moments. Don't forget to subscribe if you want more real English learning stories like this one. Hit that notification bell so you never miss my new videos. And if this story helped you feel more confident about using English in real situations, please share it with a friend who's also learning. Remember, the machine might win sometimes, but you're learning something valuable every time you face it. Keep fighting those ticket machines, my friends. Keep speaking, keep trying, keep growing. Because silence is the real loss. I'm glad you watched the story. I hope it made you smile, and I hope it gave you courage. If you ever fought a machine or felt small in another language, you are not alone. Try this next time. When you don't understand, say one simple sentence. Can you help me, please? That's all for today, my friends. I'll see you in the next video where I'll share another adventure from my English learning journey. Until then, stay curious and stay brave. See you in the next video. Bye-bye for now.